With all the turmoil that went on last week at Hallis Hall with the firing of offensive coordinator Shane Waldron and the elevation of passing coordinator Thomas Brown to the OC position, today against the Packers, the Bears once again snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. Let's chop it up with the SCS crew.
Sports, 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 Chicago style for me and you.
Hey, one and all, everybody settled in, ready to talk about this mishap by the Lakeshore today? Where to start? All right. The Bears are now 4-6, and the season is effectively over as far as any playoffs are concerned. Playoffs? Yeah, that's not happening. And so we got to look for the positives, right? All right, let's start out with new offensive coordinator or interim offensive coordinator, whatever his title is, Thomas Brown. He seemed to develop or be in the process of developing an offensive identity. Imagine that. You know, Swift on the outside was taking some nice big chunks. Roshan Johnson on the inside, pounding it out. A little thunder lightning combo going. And rookie quarterback Caleb Williams, didn't turn the ball over. He didn't get flustered. He still missed a couple passes, but he was efficient, and he got the ball into the playmaker's hands quickly, much quickly-er than we have been used to under Shane Waldron. He had to feed DJ. He fed Rome Odunze, which, looks like another beast in the making at wide receiver. And even, Father Time, Grandpa Allen made a couple catches. So the offense was more efficient, but still not good enough. I mean, the offensive line, gave up sacks late when the Packers knew that the Bears had to pass. And to their credit, even though it was like a 3rd and 19 late, they were able to convert. After going for it on 4th down, after a big chunk play on 3rd, and it's like 4th and 4, 4th and 3 or something. There was more aggression from Caleb Williams coaxing Flus into going for it on an earlier 4th down play. So he looks like, Caleb Williams that is, like he can be the guy at quarterback if he was unleashed. Or, just more work with a quote-unquote real offensive coordinator. Defensively, the Bears still got gashed by the run. Still played very vanilla zones and got, eaten up in those. Their receiver Watson had like 150 yards or some dumb shit. When the Bears did blitz and didn't get home and they had man coverage, our number one cornerback, Jalen Johnson, falls down and goes boo-boo. And then it turns into a huge chunk play. So, I mean, what are you going to do? But now as you may have seen from the thumbnail, the issue comes once again with head coach Matt Eberflus. At the end of the game, the Bears battled and were in a position to win the game. They had 38 seconds and a timeout. But they were within field goal range. I believe it was a 48-yard field goal. Would have been in the attempt from where they were. So instead of, running another play, I understand you want to be careful. You don't want to make a stupid play. You don't want to lose yards to, make it a harder kick. You don't want to have any turnovers. But you have to trust your players to be professionals, because that's what they are. They're professional fucking football players. Trust them to make plays. Run the ball again to see if you can make the kick easier. Because you still got a timeout. What are you saving it for? But they didn't. The decision was to let the clock run down and then, to call the timeout and go for the game winning field goal to end it with no time left on the clock. But because it was a 48-yard attempt, I believe, the trajectory had to be low. And so the Packers, looked like what they did, what Big Dex did in Arizona, but didn't get called for it for a push-off, but whatever. But the Packers were able to block the field goal attempt. Time expires, game over, Bears lose, season done. And once again, we fall to the Packers for 10, 11 times in a fucking row. So yeah, going forward, what is there to look forward to? The development of our rookie quarterback, obviously, the continued development and relationship between DJ Rome and Komet, who was like almost another scarecrow ghost out there again today with, one, maybe 2 targets or so. Keenan Allen, as, we got respect for the old dude, but he's not going to be a part of this team going forward. And we need to get the reps with the guys that are. Tyler fucking Scott, bro. I mean, he might suck, but we won't know until he actually gets some reps to see if he can play. But this Carter, DeAndre Carter love affair for every, fourth wide receiver snap is just very weird to me because he's on a 1-year deal and he's your primary, punt returner. But whatever. So the development is important going forward, and also the locker room, the players, not just totally mailing it in. It's like, oh, I got an injury, I can't go, coach. And it's because it seems as though that the players are understanding that their head coach doesn't believe in them because he's too goddamn conservative, too afraid to lose, and it's very frustrating for those guys going out there putting their bodies on the line every goddamn play. So yeah, it was another one of those Sundays, Bears fans. But yeah, that's my view. So let's go around the panel and see what everybody else is thinking about today's clusterfuck. So I hand it to you, Coach Tripping. Thank you, Triple R. Right. You are correct, sir. Today was another cluster fuck. When you win the time of possession battle and you win the turnover battle, you should win the game. But Matt Eberflus is too much of a coward, too much of a play it safe, close to the vest coach to try to win. The players see this. The fans see this. Why does not the upper management see this? Or if they do, why does ownership not allow them to do anything? Because I have no idea why Ryan Poles and or Kevin Warren will hitch their wagon to Matt Eber fucking Flus, right? He is not a winning coach. We have seen this kind of play here before from our coaches. I believe it was Matt Nagy who did the same goddamn thing in a game of which we lost. Let the clock tick down and then miss the goddamn field goal. This is unacceptable, right? Thomas Brown, he did a better job, right, with the offense and with the rookie quarterback of Caleb Williams. Maybe he will be able to develop this offense, but if he is also let go by the end of the season, And if a new coach is brought in or a new offensive coordinator is brought in, time lost, right? This is not the way you build a team to take the North and not give it back. Chef Trips, take it away, please. Right? Thank you, Coach, for today's Chicago Bears game. It was very disappointing, knowing that the team was much better on the third downs, much better with the time of possession, and much better without making turnovers. And speaking of turnovers, a shout out to Terrell Smith for his first professional interception, which was a gift of a overthrow by Jordan Love. Uh, on the Chicago Bears offense, we see that not to pick on him specifically, but Braxton Jones had a beautiful pancake block going down the field, but on pass protection, he got pushed back into the Caleb Williams like twice. So his run blocking is good on D. Braxton Jones, pass blocking not so good. And the rest of the offensive line, they were good enough to win the game as the ball was coming out faster and getting into the playmakers' hands. But on defense, the pass rush was not getting to Jordan Love enough, and other than the Montez Sweat, maybe Walker, but no other pressure was to be had by any of the Bears defensive linemen. And in coverage, many big plays were given up. So Thomas Brown looked good. Matt Eberflus, the head coach, still looked bad. And the team is just there. They are putting forth the effort, but they are not being put in the best positions to win. Which is why the record is what it is. Trip, take it away, sir.
Bro, thanks, Chef Trips, bro. Bro, what the, what the actual floose? I know, like, bro, like, it's bad to, like, put it all on one, like, play or one or two plays, but it's always, like, the same one or two plays when the coach has to make a decision and he shits the bed. And bro, like, Flus is good at shitting the bed. That seems to be what he does. But it looks like I don't know how long we're stuck with bro, but he's still fucking here, bro. And I don't like it. I don't like it at not one bit. Cause he's too scared. And it's like, nah, Flus, don't be scared. But yeah, Brown, like, he could have scored more points for us, but he called a good game, and he showed, like, actual emotion. And when they got the touchdown, and he was like, let's fucking go, bro. And I was like, yeah, that's the kind of shit we want to see, bro. And then Flus was like, nah, we don't want no more of this rookie quarterback making plays with his arms at the end of the game, by moving the ball and shit. We want to pump the brakes on that and be more conservative and shit. And it's like, bro, you cost us the game, bro. I mean, like somebody said earlier, maybe if the kick was like a few yards shorter, it could have went up more and it went like over his hand, and then there was a victory, and then we'd be like, ha ha. But no. Now we out of here, from our like Packers bros, like, Bears still suck. I'm like, fuck you. But you can't really say that because it's like, fuck, Bears do suck. And it, like, bro, that fucking hurts to admit. It hurts to say. But I mean, until we see something different, it is what the fuck it is. Triple R.
Thanks, Trip. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Chef. Well, there you have it. It's it's not a happy day in Bears fandom, but then losses do that, and losses to the Packers do it worse when it was so goddamn winnable. But it is what it is, and it is a goddamn loss that should have been avoided. Next week you got the Vikings coming to Soldier Field, and they like to put up points and stress defenses and all that. We'll talk about that later in the week in the Vikings pregame. But before we get there, remember that we have our own content here at Sports Chicago Style. So subscribe to the channel on YouTube and then our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, and our email address, sportschicago@gmail.com. Then you can also support on Patreon and Ko-fi. Yeah, that's everything, right? Yeah, that's everything. So look forward to the content that we have dropping every week um, with trips, exercise vlogs, chefs, video recipes, and the still in development coach tripping self-defense thing with Trip. So as we keep the content rolling out here at Sports Chicago Style, please keep supporting. If you haven't already subscribed, come on, quit fucking around. Go ahead. Hit that subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. Don't cost you nothing. And if you like it, go ahead and hit that too. All right. So for everyone, we'll see you next time. Y'all be easy. We out.